So today I'm going to be working on building a Vivarium background for my crusted geckos. It's my first time doing this, so we'll see how this goes. A couple things you're going to want is, I'm using great stuff ponded stone because it comes out black. If you use the regular great stuff, it's going to come out yellow. And then, if you get a chip or anything like that, it's going to show through. So if you're using black and you get a chip, it's less likely to show through. Same thing, I'm using black silicone to combat the same problem. Gloves, you're probably going to want a couple of these, especially for the silicone. Some people use paintbrushes to brush the silicone into all the nooks and crannies. I'm just going to use my fingers. I think that's going to be better, judging from what I've been learning. And then, of course, you're going to want one of these for your silicone. And any decorations that you want to actually add to the background. I've been kind of hemming and hawing about adding decorations directly into my background because then they're kind of stuck there forever and then I can't use them ever again for anything else. But I think I'm going to like it because you can't get these decorations to stick out the way you want them to unless you have them anchored to something. So I think it's going to come out looking really great. I went ahead and put mine in already, and I have this one propped up, so I'll have to do the bottom first, and then after I get the bottom all dried and supported, then I can take this out and backfill it. I'm trying something a little different. I'm using landscaping fabric in the bottom because I want to have the option of potentially removing this background later down the road, in case it goes horribly wrong. I haven't ruined this entire Vivarium because the pond and stone great stuff, or any great stuff really, does not come off. I think that's about everything. I'm going to take you guys through the whole setup and from beginning to end of building the background to actually planting the background and the rest of the Vivarium. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, so I'm back. Memory card was full. That sucked. So essentially what happened is that great stuff dries up completely in the can if you let it sit for 2 hours. So I had to stop and jerry-rig this clothes hanger to hold my stick into position where I wanted it. But that seemed to work out just fine. I ended up sticking some stones in there. Let me see if I can make it so that you guys can see down in there a little better. So currently I'm waiting for it to dry a little bit, and then I'm going to try and manipulate it a little bit so that it's not quite so stringy looking in there. Okay, so there you go. You can see down in there. You can see the stringiness that I was talking about. But it doesn't look too bad. You can still see the landscaping fabric that I was using there. But I'm going to see if I can't cover that with silicone. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to go ahead and try to poke at it now and see if it's dried enough to manipulate, because it's probably been about 15 minutes. I did get some of the great stuff on me, but, oh, weird. That is very strange. I probably waited too long. Oh god, get off of me. Let go! Alright, so I definitely waited too long, but the silicone should cover it, hopefully. Alright, so I guess now we're at the point of the waiting game. But what I was saying was that I did get some on me. It says on the can that acetone will remove it, and it did. I just used regular nail polish with acetone in it, not even straight acetone, and it came right out of, I still got some on my pants that I'm going to have to see if I can't get that out, but I did get it all over my watch, and it came right off of my watch, so don't worry too much if you get stuff on you. It'll probably work out and be okay. Yeah, so I guess I will see you guys in 24 hours. Okie dokie. So, it's actually still the same day. But everything appears to be completely dry. I currently have it standing up now, and everything seems to be pretty sturdy in here, and it's not going anywhere. I was concerned at first, but, I mean, it dries really hard. I stuck some rocks in there too. I thought that would look pretty cool. So when that started to kind of set up just a little bit, I stuck them in there, and they stayed in there just fine. So now I'm gonna try to cut out some different spots in order for the plants to sit down in there. So I'm just using this knife here. Oops. You know, I guess it doesn't really matter what you use. So let's do this. So I have finished cutting out the holes for the plants. Definitely extremely tedious. Not very much fun at all. But see one hole there. There's another hole there, and then I kind of did another hole up here. I kind of regret that one. But the other two came out really nice. You can see. So now it's ready to be siliconed, and then we'll put the dirt on top of it, and then that has to set up, and it'll be ready to plant. Okay, so we're ready to start siliconing. Put my gloves on. I have already gotten the caulking gun together. You know, it's pretty easy to assemble. If you don't know how to do that, there's probably another tutorial for that. Alright, so I'm a little apprehensive about doing this since it's kind of time sensitive. I guess I'm going to just splurp it into my hand and go from there. It would help if the area I had to work in was a little bit bigger. So I'm just going to... Oh, wow, it's weird. Okay. I'm just going to splurp some into my hand and start... Wow, it kind of makes it difficult to see where you haven't applied. I guess you just do a really good amount of it. Maybe if I just got in there with the gun and... Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. So my intention here is to cover and get it on the glass, because I can use a razor to clean it up later. And this way I'm going to completely cover up the landscaping fabric on the edge. So I want to get, and maybe already get like a bead going on there so that it fills in. And then you won't have any weird lines. Make it look as natural as possible. And you want to try not to get it on to anything else, like your decorations. Why are you not working? Oh, there it goes. That awkward in-between on your levels on your caulking gun. Oh, God. It's come out really easy. I use the 1/4 inch mark to cut my caulk container. And that seems to be really perfect. Oh wow, I just made an unnecessary mess. This would be a lot easier on a bigger vivarium. This is a 12 by 18 that I'm doing right now. I've got a 18 by 18 by 24 that I'm going to do later on, so I'll post a video when I do that. That's a while away though. That one will probably be easier. I've seen videos of people doing theirs outside, and then I guess they get it to fit back inside the enclosure, so that's an option. You know, the thing you want to be careful about is you don't want your animals to be able to get behind your background. And so by completely sealing it off, you're eliminating any opportunity for that to happen, because the Exoterra backgrounds that come with the actual enclosure, I mean, they look great, and they're really easy to use, and easy to clean up if you want to put different animals into the enclosure later on. So I mean, it's super great from that aspect, but it doesn't fit perfectly. So if you're going to use that, you definitely want to make sure you use some silicone or something to seal it off, to make sure that your animals aren't going to be able to squeeze behind it. Obviously, this wouldn't be an issue with a large reptile, but if you've got something small, like maybe a young Amazon tree boa or a young crested gecko, anything like that that's going to be small enough to squeeze back there. Oh, I used exactly 1 can of that great stuff on this enclosure, by the way, so if you're looking to make something bigger than mine, you probably want to get 2 to 3 cans to be safe. Oh, the landscaping fabric thing didn't work out so well, by the way. It is very permeable and permeated the foam right through in some places, not all. So that was good, but yeah, it will definitely still be a struggle to get it out. Wow, I am kind of using a lot of silicone and probably being wasteful, but who cares? It's only like $4 for a container. Whatever, you know. Alright, so I have finished putting the silicone on, and now I am going to start putting all this crap on here. I just want to make sure it sticks to all the silicone. And I'll probably just leave it overnight at this point. I just want to make sure it's, you know, super dry. I still have silicone left over from the can that I used. I don't want to mess with it too much, but I don't want to make sure I accidentally leave, like, you know, air bubbles in there. That probably all got in there, though. I have a good feeling about this. I did make a mess, so I'm going to be doing a lot of cleaning up to get all that extra silicone off. But whatever. Really, even if this stuff doesn't stick very well, it's still going to look really good. Alright, I think that's it. So, yeah. I'll see you guys in a bit. Hello. Alright, so it's day 2. I have removed most of the coconut fiber. It's actually still not quite dry yet. I thought it would be, but I guess it takes a long time to dry with the soil on top of it. But I thought that I would go ahead and video it so you guys could see. I'm probably going to do a separate video for actually planting the rest of the tank and planting the wall. So you can see it looks pretty good. I did a mixture of Eco Earth and sphagnum moss. I think it would have looked really good to do Eco Earth and then like a more coarse coconut fiber. All the holes are filled in right now, by the way, so you can't really see where the holes are going to be, and I'll probably knock some more of the dirt off. It's just that I didn't really want to mess with it too much once I realized that it was definitely still wet in some places. So, that's what it looks like. Looking pretty good. So, look for my next video, and I'll show you guys how to plant the tank.